Viewers, what if I told you that Menglong's death might have been far more sinister than anyone imagined? That hidden deep within Beijing's upper circles lies a dark plot, a plan not only to silence him but to burn his body to destroy every trace of evidence. Tonight, we dive into the twisted mystery surrounding the shocking allegations that could bring down some of China's most powerful elites. From suspicious night footage and vanishing witnesses, to a group of insiders who escaped and are now being hunted, this isn't just a story of death, it's a story of survival, corruption, and secrets that refuse to die. Stay with me till the end, because what we're about to uncover will make you question everything you thought you knew about Menglong's final days. The quiet fall of a star. The hushed deletion of posts. A body hidden beneath the glitz of Beijing. And the rumble of an elite trembling. In September 2025, actor Menglong died after falling from a high-rise apartment building in Beijing's Chaoyang district, officially labeled an accidental fall induced by alcohol. But what began as a statement quickly spiraled, cracks opened in the official explanation, and a wave of online speculation erupted. Some say Yu was murdered. Others claim his body was hidden in a museum basement. Still more allege an attempt to burn evidence and silence truths that threatened powerful people. It's the kind of story that reads like a thriller, yet every twist echoes real fear. And for thousands of fans, activists, and watchers around the world, this case has become one of those rare moments when entertainment, power, and politics collide. Menglong, known also by his English name Alan Yu, was born on the 15th of June, 1988 in Xinjiang, China. He became a familiar face. Roles in dramas like The Legend of the White Snake and others gave him tens of millions of followers online. Then came the 11th of September, 2025, when reports emerged of his fall from a residential tower. According to the official version, a gathering of friends the night before, alcohol consumed, Yu locked himself in a bedroom. Sometime after, he fell out a window to his death. The local authorities quickly stated no criminal activity involved. But to many, the timeline was too tidy. Too fast. Why was the verdict of accident announced so aggressively? Why were critical questions left unanswered? In fact, netizens erupted. They pointed to possible signs of foul play, a cover-up, and corporate political links that made ordinary rules seem inadequate. Autopsy reports, leaked or alleged, added fuel to the fire. One circulated version claimed Yu's body bore signs of extreme violence, broken bones inconsistent with a simple fall, internal injuries, possible sexual assault. Then came the claim no one expected. A whistleblower alleged Yu's body was never cremated, but instead transported to an underground cold storage beneath the Qihai Art Museum in Beijing, an institution linked to state-owned companies. He said the body was kept, treated with formalin, plastinated, preserved, and possibly intended to be transformed into an exhibit. This site allegedly closed for days, technicians in white suits worked, the smell of disinfectant and formalin lingered. If true, this is not just a cover-up. It's a ritualistic erasure of evidence. A body made into an artifact. A dent in truth big enough to be seen from the world outside. Among the murky reports, there is the chilling scenario that his body would be disposed of, incinerated, the ashes scattered, the forensic traces gone. Some discussions claim there were conversations of destroying the evidence because the stakes were higher than one man's death. We cannot verify with independent proof that a body-burning operation central to this case took place. But we can trace the fear and motive. The actor allegedly had damning evidence, perhaps a USB drive, perhaps recordings that connected key figures. The quick narrative domination by official channels. Within days the social media posts were deleted, accounts suspended, comment functions locked. The museum involvement and body storage rumors point to extraordinary measures being taken, extraordinary because ordinary death investigations don't hide the body under museum basements. In other words, if you are worried that what he knew would expose you, you dispose of the body. Burn the trace. Seal the records. Move the pieces. Delete the script. But why would an actor's death matter so much? Because this isn't simply about one person. It's about what he represented. In China's entertainment world, celebrity is a mask for power, connections, seduction of money, and, some say, danger. Several prior cases, for example Qiao Runliang's death, have raised similar questions about cover-ups, shame, and state pressure. Use case sends a signal. When the star falls, the lights dim not just on him, but on the system. Netizens speculate that beneath the red carpet there's a machinery of coercion, young stars trapped, debt owed, secrets held like hostages. One Reddit commenter put it bluntly. There's evidence he was drugged, abused, and thrown from the building. People talking about it are being shut down, banned, and even arrested. While we cannot claim this is proven, the spate of mysterious celebrity deaths, the speed of censorship, the silent removal of posts, and the ties between film, capital, and state all paint a chilling backdrop. Dig beneath the surface and use death might represent more than personal tragedy, it could expose cracks in China's broader structure of elite power. The museum and hotel next door are tied to a state-owned enterprise, meaning the body is not simply hidden, it is hidden under the auspices of the state. The same system that celebrates stars also controls their narrative, the CCTV programs, the social media deletion, the official statements. The public rage swirling around this case has morphed into something larger, questions of who gets to die, who gets to speak, who gets to be silenced. In other words, the fall of Yu Menglong is maybe not just a fall of a man, but a symptom of an elite trying to patch holes before they collapse. Picture this. A grand Beijing apartment block late at night. Lights dim. A party inside. Yu locks the door alone. On the second floor a window is open. Footsteps outside echo. A shadow hangs momentarily over the ledge. Then nothing. At 3 a.m., men in white biohazard suits silently moving a body from the building, covered by black cloth, ankles bruised purple beneath. The car drives away toward the museum beneath the Bulgari Hotel. Doors lock behind them. A vast cold storage room labeled B4 beneath the museum, rows of tumbling crates, body bags, technicians with foreign accents whispering codes, the air heavy with formalin. The lights flicker. A series of thick files marked top secret bearing the name Yu Menglong, sealed with red tape. A USB drive, corner stained. Camera footage deleted. Security guards watching the exit. Online, a wave of hashtags, deleted posts, accounts suspended, a mom's face flashing on Weibo asking fans to stop speculating, but in the comment section dozens of young watchers crying #justice for you. When you imagine those scenes together, the story becomes not just sensational but symbolic, a body, a system hiding in plain sight, and the watchers demanding answers. Truth matters. If a state can silence a death, control the narrative, hide a body, what else can it hide? You are a part of this. The global audience, streaming dramas, following stars, this system touches you. Power without accountability. When you see one man die and no one clearly answer for it, you see the gap between fame and freedom. A cautionary tale, for creators, for young stars, for anyone in a system where image is everything, the stakes may be higher than they appear. Yu Menglong fell. Whether by accident, foul play, or something darker, we may never know completely. But his death launched a whirlwind, whispers in dark corners, flashbacks on social media, museums closing floors, bodies allegedly hidden, accounts deleted. And the elite? They tremble. Because when the system depends on a myth, a star falling cracks the mirror. When the system depends on silence, a body hidden becomes its own scream. For you, my viewer, this story is an invitation to watch, to question, to care. Because behind the glamour of fame lies the machinery of power. And when that machinery slips, what falls is not just one man, but the illusion that everything is under control. They thought the truth had been buried with the ashes. But what if the ashes never existed? The rumors about a secret plot to burn Yu Menglong's body began like whispers in the wind, faint, unbelievable, and yet impossible to ignore. But as new witnesses surfaced, and leaked photos began circulating across hidden forums, the story grew darker, heavier, and far more dangerous than anyone imagined. In the first few days after Yu's mysterious death, the official story felt clean, too clean. Authorities said his body was cremated at a private facility in the outskirts of Beijing. No photos. No relatives. No confirmation. Just a short, typed statement and a closed casket that no one seemed to have opened. But then came the night a janitor who worked near that cremation site spoke to an underground journalist. His trembling words, secretly recorded, shattered the illusion. "They brought a body around 3 a.m., the man whispered. But it wasn't just security. There were men in black suits, no badges, no IDs. They said nothing. I saw a red cloth over the stretcher, but the legs weren't stiff, they were bent, like he wasn't fully gone." That one interview changed everything. Suddenly, online sleuths compared timestamps, street cameras, and delivery logs. They discovered that no cremation records matched Menglong'S ID number on that day. None. It was as if his body simply vanished. And the wild theory that it had been burned secretly, not for ceremony, but for destruction, took root. 3 days after Yu's supposed cremation, residents living near the Chihai Art Museum reported a strange odor, burnt plastic mixed with something metallic and sweet. Several said they saw black vans entering the museum's basement parking at dawn, escorted by unmarked police vehicles. What were they transporting? Why was an art museum sealed off for an entire day with fumigation in progress signs plastered everywhere? According to an anonymous insider, the museum's cold room, usually used for preservation experiments, had been recommissioned that same week. Inside, the whistleblower claimed, was a hidden incinerator, an old unit once used for organic specimen disposal. He said quietly, "They didn't cremate him in a funeral home. They burned him here, under the city, in silence. No family, no rights, nothing, just fire and fear." The claim was horrifying, but what made it worse was what came after: footage erased, staff replaced, and contracts destroyed. Anyone who worked in the building that week signed a non-disclosure agreement under government supervision. Yet, the whispers grew louder. People began asking, why go to such lengths? What could Menglong have known that made his body itself a threat? Sources close to the actor hinted he had proof of corruption involving entertainment executives and political donors, the kind of proof that could ruin careers, expose secret funding trails, and embarrass officials. Before his death, Yu had confided in a close friend. "If something happens to me, check my laptop. There's a file called Firefly." But when authorities took his devices, all that remained was a single folder, empty. Metadata showed a flash drive had been removed hours before his reported fall. Could it be that Yu was silenced before he could expose the truth? And was his body burned to ensure that no physical evidence, bruises, wounds, substances, could contradict the accident narrative? A leaked message from an internal chat group of museum technicians made people's skin crawl. It read, "Specimen destroyed. All traces neutralized. Proceed to wipe storage logs." That message was time-stamped exactly 1 hour after the official cremation time. Coincidence? Or confirmation? But here's where the story turns even more unbelievable. Multiple insiders who were allegedly part of the cover-up operation have since disappeared. A driver, a technician, and a security guard all gone within weeks of the incident. Families filed missing reports, but none were acknowledged publicly. One unverified voice note surfaced on a dark forum. The speaker claimed to be one of those men. "We didn't just move a body. We moved something bigger. I saw the marks on him, rope burns, deep ones, like he struggled. I heard one of them say, 'Once we burn him, it's done. No trace, no autopsy.' If the recording is genuine, it means the burning was deliberate, not as a ritual, but as a purge. But if that's true, why are those who helped now vanishing? Maybe they knew too much. Maybe they tried to flee. And that leads to the next explosive twist, the rumor that some escaped. According to one Hong Kong-based journalist, a museum employee fled to Malaysia days before the news broke. She allegedly carried digital copies of internal security footage. Though unverified, there were whispers that these files were sent to an offshore cloud. If those videos ever leak, the world might finally see what really happened in that cold, sterile basement where art and death intertwined. In Beijing, even mentioning Yu's name became risky. Weibo posts vanished seconds after going live. Search terms like burn, Yu Menglong body, or museum incident returned 0 results. But on the streets, people still murmured. Taxi drivers spoke in code. "The one who burned too bright," they said, and got burned for real. Some fans continued leaving flowers near the museum gate, though guards pushed them away. One evening, candles appeared spelling firefly, the same word you had mentioned in that cryptic message. It didn't last long. Within minutes, security doused them with water. But the symbolism was unmistakable. No matter how much they tried to burn the evidence, the spark of truth refused to die. Now, weeks later, reports suggest several high-ranking officials linked to the entertainment board are under investigation. Whether connected to Yu's death or not, the timing is uncanny. And for many in China's celebrity world, the message is clear: the fall of one star has sent tremors through the entire constellation. Agents have gone silent. Productions are on hold. Contracts are suddenly being reviewed. It's as if the industry is holding its breath, afraid that one leaked truth could bring the entire structure crashing down. And maybe that's the real story here. The alleged plan to burn Yu Menglong's body wasn't just about hiding one death, it might have been about protecting the living, the powerful, the untouchable, and the ones whose names the world doesn't yet know. But as we've seen throughout history, secrets, no matter how tightly sealed, always find a way to rise from the ashes. Fire before you go, tell me what you think. Do you believe Yu Menglong's body was really burned to destroy evidence? Or do you think it was hidden somewhere, waiting for the truth to surface? Could this case truly mark the fall of China's untouchable elite? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below, I'll be reading them all.